Time to head back to the magical world of Bionicle G2. We're going to be discussing the Protector of Earth. Now, how does this set hold up? Is it good? Is it bad? Or is it something really special? And what about the pieces that come in this set? Is this an awesome parts pack that allows you to create your own custom creations? Well, let's see. And you know what? Why don't we finish this video off with an amazing revamp of this set? Well, we got a lot in store, let's dive on in. This is the Protector of Earth, but her canon name is Korgot. Korgot, I think they're a wonderful set. She poses incredibly well, she's got that sleek black and trans purple color scheme. Everything about this is magnificent. I especially love the torso construction, as you can see here. It's a little bit easier to see it from behind. Making use of this Technic element was such a good idea. This acts as the main structural support, and the other elements can branch off of the sides to form the chest, as well as the arm design. It's very clever. Now, most of the other Protector sets, they had some kind of mounted weapon, or typically there was some type of handheld stud shooter that was stylized in some fashion. Honestly, I really appreciate the variety that each of these sets had. But this one hits different. This is so flawlessly integrated into the torso, and it kind of creates a better looking torso design as a result. I mean, look at how the armor rests on the side here. The way it wraps around that stud shooter is immaculate. And you know what? I think this works great as an embedded blaster that's inside the torso. But at the same time, it also passes as some kind of ornate looking armor. If this wasn't a play feature mechanism that actually could be fired, it would still look pretty good. Oh, and I hinted at it, of course, you can fire this stud shooter. There's a lever on the back, you twist it, and the studs fly out. It's fun. I guess there is one other play feature. Her mining weapon, you can spin the edge like this, and that's what it does. It's cute, I like it. But we can't forget a play feature that's used across all of the Protectors. It's the Skull Spider. It's an enemy for Korgot to fight, but it can also jump onto her face, take off the mask, and become her new face. You got yourself a possessed Korgot. That's a cool idea, really. Now, of course, you might notice that this piece is yellowish green. Unfortunately, it's not glow in the dark. I remember when this set came out, everyone was obsessed with it, thinking that this piece would be glow in the dark, only to buy it and be disappointed. It is a shame, because I mean, this would be so good if it was glow in the dark. But still, it's a funky enough color and it still works. Although man, what I would do for a glow in the dark skull spider. Ooh! Overall, this is probably the best Protector set we ever got. A lot of original designs, a really cool look. They rock. But if you took this apart and you wanted to use some of the pieces in your own custom creations, how could you do that? What sort of stuff do you get in this set? Is it any good? Well, for starters, I mentioned that Technic modified lift arm piece from before. Here's a great idea for how you could use that. PGK Core Official, they use it here for this Proto Toa. It's been integrated into the waist design. Let's flip this around and you can see it just that little bit better. Yeah, I like this because it branches down from the torso and then sort of folds out on the side so that you have room for the legs to flow out of the body. Very clever and very effective as well. Hey, if you've got this piece lying around, maybe you should use it on your next custom torso design. Korgot's trans purple drill is one of the coolest recolors of this piece that we've ever got. But if you wanted to use it for something different than a drill or something like that, why not do what this MOC does? This is built by Fredwood MOCs. They've turned this into some kind of radical hair design. I mean, dude, any MOC that has a cool, like, punk rock style hairdo with spikes everywhere? Yeah, I like that. This is sick. And on the subject of trans purple, of course, you get a nice supply of trans purple CCBS limb pieces. What a beautiful color to get this in. I like what Julian Asterix has done here on their creation. It's got some nice purple highlights that use some of the old purple hand connectors. And the way that they pair with the trans purple pieces, as you can see them on the arm, is quite nice. You'd think because it's a slightly different shade that it might not work, but that's not the case. Nah, despite their differences, they pair well together. And also, I like too, the fact that these trans purple pieces are on the arms. To To me, it looks like magic is coursing through their arms. They've got some sort of elemental power, and it's so powerful you can physically see it on their body. Doesn't that just look sick? Over to the next piece, it's this dark grey stud shooter element. Mitch Henry uses this in actually a few very exotic ways. It's used as a head design, it's used as an arm design, and I guess this arm also kind of branches off into a blaster that's embedded into the arm. Yeah, it's a very versatile piece, isn't it? And props to Mitch for using it so many times in a lot of great ways, all on the one creation. Good stuff. Let's do a cheeky 2-for-1 deal now. We're going to talk about Korgot's mask and this very small CCBS bone piece in black. Woomy World uses both of them here on this amazing serpent. Yeah, as you can see, stringing together those short CCBS limb pieces, you can get a very posable and very cool looking design. One that has a lot of articulation. It's worth amassing a bunch of these so that you can make something pretty similar. And why stop at using it on a snake? You could make this a tail or a funky arm design, whatever. And then of course you can see a bunch of this mask being used here to create a very funky color gradient. Woomy has got every single protector mask, and yeah, they flow together way better than I thought they would. How good is this? Now what about that yellowish green skull spider? But just the mask specifically. Well, Way of the Bionicle uses it for, you guessed it, a mask. Which, yeah, that looks good. But what I really like about this is how it's paired with other yellowish green pieces. Like the CCBS armor shell in yellowish green. This is a bit of an obscure one, it comes in an Elves Dragon set. It's a good set. We also have these Invasion from Below spikes being used on all of the feet. These would have come in a hidden side set, you can see them just here. And then the little pincers on the mask. These specific elements would have come on a Ninjago set like this one. Isn't it interesting? That's 3 different themes right there that all had some pretty good yellowish green pieces. Perhaps you should look around in your collection and see how much of this color you've got. And then you compare it with this mask and you're gonna get something fantastic, like this. Korgot also includes 2 of these silver rock armor pieces. And I like this part. Especially the way that it's used on the set. You know, this is a Toa, well, she's not actually, this is a protector of Earth. So it only makes sense that you would put an Earth-themed piece onto an Earth-themed character. Or you could put it on a Toa of stone, because it's essentially the same thing, right? Bionicle MOCs has done that on this revamp of Pahatu. That's why I accidentally said Toa before, because here we are. I mean, how good does that look? The broad and sturdy effect that these create on the shoulders, it looks sensational. This piece is such a useful and easy way of showcasing an elemental power set on any character. I recommend using it if you've got it lying around. Amazing. There we go, that's some inspiration for you if you've got this set and you want to use the pieces in your own MOCs. Now let's check out a sweet, sweet revamp of the Protector of Earth. This one is made by the very talented Patrick Biggs. And yet, when I first saw this, it reminded me of how the Turaga are depicted in the various Bionicle movies. They're given these large robes that are sort of flowing down from their shoulders, and they cover their backs and the fronts of their chest. It's a nice look. And I don't know, I kind of get a bit of that energy here. The purple CCBS armor, the black Invasion from Below spike on the waist. To me, that kind of looks like some sort of flowing garment or robe. I don't know, I guess if it was that would all be one unified color. Doesn't make sense that the color would be different across that. So as much as I want to relate this back to the awesome Bionicle movies, I guess I just grew up with them and I associate everything with those movies, I don't actually think this is what's going on. I don't think this is garments or robes. But I think that aesthetic would work on a revamp like this. Patrick himself has said that this is kind of meant to be a bit of a cross between dwarven fantasy armor and some kind of like mining equipment. And yeah, I can totally see that. To be honest, it looks way more like that. I don't really know what I was seeing, but hey, maybe you see the same thing, let me know. But yet, what a great idea to take inspiration from fantasy dwarves. Because typically, yeah, they are seen with some beautiful armor, and most of the time they're underground mining stuff, like you would expect from an Earth-themed character in the Bionicle universe. So yeah, if you're looking for inspiration, go and Google some dwarven stuff or watch some fantasy movies, like The Hobbit for example. You never know, some of the character design in that might give you some ideas for a really cool revamp of the Protector of Earth, or a Tower of Earth, or Onawa, any character. And while we're talking about mining, the fact that the weapon has been upgraded to a pickaxe is a stroke of genius. Cause sure, that original weapon was cool, but yeah, this still has the spirit of that and then has advanced it in a very logical way. And a silver invasion from below spike, the big one like that, that's the perfect thing to use for a pickaxe. Good thinking. Oh, and I do like the little hint of yellow on the torso, even though it's just a little bit of yellow. Again, yellow makes me think of mining and, caution stripes, the stuff you would see on heavy-duty mining equipment. But it also just complements purple and black so well. Isn't it amazing how just the smallest hint of an extra color, a little accent like that, it can do so much. The choice to put this in here was inspired. Good stuff. Dude, this is an exceptional revamp of Korgot. Well done. So from an awesome revamp to an awesome set, the Protector of Earth rocks. Have you got this set in your collection? Do you plan on revamping it, using some of its pieces in some creative ways? Well, let me know. If you do that, I'd love to see what you make. And I'd also love to see you check the links in the description below, because there you can find more of the work of the builders that I featured in today's episode. Go give them a like, a follow, check out the other stuff that they've made. It's a good time. All of that's waiting for you below in the description. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now. Oh yeah, and someone told me recently I don't say it enough. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you can. I tend to not say that on this channel because, I don't know, I just don't. But it is a big help if you can. Anyway, love you tons. Bye.